My child, stop what you're doing and listen. For I am speaking to you now, in this very moment of breath and heartbeat. The hour is late, and time is running out. Do you hear it? The trembling of eternity pressing against the walls of this fleeting world, whispering that only 3 minutes remain. I am not calling you to fear, but to awaken. What you are about to hear is not a message of despair, but a divine alarm, a sacred summons to return, to rise, to remember who you are before the final seconds fall into silence. Listen closely, for these words are your lifeline between now and forever. Listen closely, my beloved. Can you feel it? The trembling beneath the silence, the subtle quiver in the rhythm of time. The clock of creation stands heavy in the balance, and its hands draw near to their final sweep. Every second that ticks away is not mere sound, but the echo of eternity reaching out to you. You have sensed it in your spirit, that quiet unease, that holy stirring within your chest. It is not imagination. It is my spirit awakening you to the urgency of the hour. For the world rushes on, blind and deaf, yet I am calling you to be still and see. Time is not endless. You were not placed in this moment by chance. You are living in the final breaths of history, and I have chosen you to hear what others ignore. You see, the trembling clock is not a sound of doom but a signal of destiny. The heavens themselves are groaning, waiting for the revealing of my sons and daughters, those who will not merely believe, but burn with purpose. My voice is moving through the noise of your days, through the hum of your distractions, whispering, "Wake up, my child. The time for comfort is over. The hour for courage has come. Every beat of your heart is sacred. It is a borrowed pulse from eternity, given so you might fulfill what I have written about you before the foundations of the world. But so many live unaware, chasing the vapor of success, drowning their purpose in pleasure, numbing their spirit with busyness. Yet I am calling you out from among them. You have felt me tug at your heart in the quiet moments, when the room was dark, and you thought no one saw your tears. I saw. I was there. The trembling you feel is the sign that the veil between heaven and earth grows thin. I am closer than you imagine. The clock does not tremble in fear, it trembles in anticipation. It knows the king is about to rise from his throne. I am not coming to scare you, but to awaken you, to draw you into the reality of eternity that lies beyond the ticking of time. You must understand, what is about to unfold will shake the nations, but those who dwell in me will not be moved. For I am the rock beneath the shifting sands. The systems of this world will collapse, but my kingdom will stand unshaken. And so I ask you, my beloved, what are you doing with the seconds I have entrusted to you? Every breath you take is a divine opportunity to love, to forgive, to obey, to shine. Do not waste the sacred gift of time. The clock trembles because my plan is nearing completion, and you are part of that plan. Step closer to me. Listen for my heartbeat. The hour grows late, but my light still burns. Come into the stillness and know that I, the Eternal One, am speaking to you now. Can you feel it, my child? That sacred stillness that settles before the world changes. The air is thick with anticipation, though few discern it. Before every storm, there comes a pause, a holy silence where heaven holds its breath. It is in that silence that I speak most clearly. You may not hear thunder or see lightning yet, but deep within your spirit, something stirs. A gentle pull, a whisper you cannot ignore. That whisper is me. I am calling you away from the noise, away from the endless rush of opinions, headlines, and fears. For while the world shouts, I whisper, and only those who still their hearts can truly hear. You have been searching for a sign, a clear direction, but my signs are written not in the sky, but within your soul. When you feel that restlessness, that divine discomfort that says there must be more, it is not emptiness, it is my invitation. I whisper because I desire closeness. My voice is not found in chaos, but in communion. You look for me in the fire and the earthquake, but I come to you in the still, small voice. I have been speaking through the things you call coincidences, the song that brought you to tears, the word that lingered in your heart, the gentle conviction that pressed upon your conscience. You thought it was just your thoughts, but it was me, whispering through the cracks of your distraction, saying, "Come closer, for I know the storms that are coming. The world you know will shake, the foundations of your comfort will tremble, and the things you have relied upon will crumble. But if you have learned to hear my whisper now, you will stand when the storm rages. I am not preparing you to fear, I am preparing you to endure. You must learn to recognize my voice when the wind howls, when confusion rises, when others fall away. My whisper is your compass in the chaos to come. The time is short, and the silence before the storm is my mercy. I am giving you a moment to realign your heart, to unclutter your mind, to remember who I am. You are not forgotten. You are being positioned. I am bringing you into a place of divine clarity, but you must choose to listen. In this quiet, sacred pause, heaven leans toward you. I am here, closer than your breath, speaking softly, tenderly, with urgency that only love can carry. Do not ignore this whisper, for it is the calm before a holy storm. You keep telling yourself, "There's still time." The gentle lie has lulled countless hearts to sleep. You look to tomorrow as if it is guaranteed, as if the clock will wait for your surrender, but it will not. The greatest deception of this age is not unbelief, but delay. The enemy has learned that he does not need to destroy you. He only needs to distract you long enough to steal your urgency. He whispers later, and many listen. But I tell you, the word later has become the graveyard of obedience. So many of my children live with intentions buried in tomorrow, while I am calling them to act today. You have felt me tug at your heart, to forgive that person, to pray again, to step into what I called you to do. Yet you have hesitated, waiting for a more convenient time, a better feeling, a perfect moment. My child, that moment is now. The danger of delay is not merely lost opportunity, it is a hardened heart. Each time you ignore my prompting, a thin layer of resistance forms around your spirit. Soon, you stop feeling the urgency at all. And when you can no longer feel my nudge, you begin to drift silently away, even while calling my name. I do not say this to condemn you, but to awaken you. You must see how precious each moment is. The door of grace is open wide, but it will not remain open forever. Just as in the days of Noah, the rain will begin suddenly, and those who hesitated will find the door shut. You live in the generation of almost, so many who almost believed, almost obeyed, almost surrendered. But I did not call you to be almost mine. I called you to walk fully in my light. The time for waiting has ended. The time for action is now. You cannot afford to trade divine purpose for temporary pleasure, nor my voice for the world's applause. The seconds of delay are not harmless. They are stolen fragments of destiny. So rise, beloved. Do not let fear or regret anchor you any longer. My mercy is fresh this very moment, and my arms are open. The window is small, but grace is vast. Return to me with haste, before the last flicker of opportunity fades into silence. I am still here, arms wide, heart burning, voice calling through the noise. Come to me. This is your final invitation, the heartbeat of heaven reaching out to you before the curtain falls. You have heard many voices, but none like mine. I do not compel you by fear, but by love, love that still waits, even after you have wandered, even after you have doubted. The world offers you distractions dressed as hope, but none of them satisfy. You have tasted them all and still feel empty. That ache within you is not failure, it is evidence that you were made for more, for me. Every heartbeat, every breath is a mercy, a chance to turn back, a chance to come home. You stand at the edge of eternity, yet I have placed before you a door, and that door is still open. But it will not remain open forever. The night grows darker, and soon, those who have mocked the call will understand the cost of delay. Yet even now, I stretch my hand toward you. My son's blood still cries out from the cross, "It is finished." You do not need to earn this invitation. You only need to answer it. Do not wait for a sign. This is the sign. The very words you hear now are your summons. Heaven is calling your name, whispering, "Come." I do not ask for perfection. I ask for surrender. Bring me your guilt, your failure, your brokenness, your weariness, your fear. I will not turn you away. I will wash you, restore you, and make you new. This is not about religion. It is about relationship. You were never meant to face the darkness alone. The door of mercy still stands open because of love, because of you. Step through it while you can. Do not let pride or shame hold you back. Time is slipping, but my grace still flows. The invitation is not to punishment, but to peace, not to despair, but to destiny. Come while the light still shines, for soon the night will fall, and only those who entered through the door will stand within the warmth of eternal morning. Can you hear it, my beloved? The cry echoing across the midnight hour, the voice of the bridegroom calling, "Behold, I am coming." It is not the cry of warning, but the cry of love fulfilled, the sound of longing that has waited through centuries for the moment of reunion. The heavens lean close as I call to my bride, to those who have kept their lamps burning in the long night of delay. I see you, the weariness in your waiting, the questions that have pressed upon your heart, the temptation to let your flame grow dim. Yet I tell you, do not let your oil run out now. The midnight cry is not meant to frighten you, but to awaken you. For the moment you have prayed for, the promise you have longed for, is nearer than you think. You must understand, this world is not your home. You have been living as one betrothed, preparing for a union that will never end. I have watched as the distractions of this age tried to steal your gaze, riches, routines, fears, ambitions, all whispering for your affection. But I am jealous for your heart. The love I have for you burns with a holy fire that will not be shared with idols. My coming is not merely an event. It is the culmination of a divine romance that began before the foundation of the world. When I call for those whose hearts beat with mine. Those who truly know me will not panic when they hear the cry. They will rise with joy, their souls alight with recognition. So I ask you, is your lamp filled? Are you ready? Or have you allowed your oil to be drained by the demands of this fading life? The oil is intimacy with me. It is the secret place, the whispered prayers, the quiet obedience when no one sees. Many will try to borrow it in the final hour, but it cannot be shared. It must be cultivated in your own heart, through communion with me. When the midnight cry resounds, only those whose lamps burn bright will follow the sound into eternal joy. I am calling you now, not to frighten you, but to prepare you. Keep your heart awake. Keep your spirit burning. The cry of the bridegroom grows louder with every passing moment, and soon I will break through the skies to take you home. You think you stand still, but the heavens and the depths move around you in war. There is a battle raging, unseen yet unrelenting, and it is for your soul. You feel it in the pressure of your thoughts, in the heaviness that tries to choke your hope. That is not imagination. It is warfare. Every step of obedience you take shakes the realms of darkness. Every prayer you whisper, though it seems small, echoes like thunder in the corridors of heaven. I have assigned angels to guard you, to war for you, to surround your home and your family with unseen light. Yet, my child, you must also stand, for though I fight for you, I have also equipped you with authority. You are not a spectator in this war, you are my warrior. The enemy does not attack you because you are weak, but because you are chosen. He sees what I have placed within you, a light that terrifies him, a purpose that threatens his dominion. That is why he has tried to wear you down with fear, shame, and distraction. But hear me now, the power within you is greater than every darkness around you. You must not yield to despair. You must not believe the lies that whisper, "You're losing." For even when you feel surrounded, I have already encircled your enemies. The cross was the victory cry that shattered every chain, and the blood that dripped from my son's wounds became the banner that flies over your life. When you pray, you draw the line of battle. When you worship, you wield a sword sharper than any weapon forged in the pit. Do not underestimate the strength of your praise. It confuses the enemy and summons my presence. I know the nights you've cried, the mornings you felt too weary to fight. Yet I have kept count of every tear, and I have turned them into ammunition in the Spirit. You do not fight alone. You never have. Even now, angelic ranks move at the sound of my name upon your lips. Take courage, for though the battle is fierce, victory is certain. The war around you is proof of your value, not a sign of your defeat. Hold your ground, my beloved. The dawn approaches, and the darkness will not last. Do you feel that stirring deep within your spirit, that holy unrest that refuses to be silenced? That is the call of the remnant awakening. Across the earth, I am stirring a people who will not bow to the idols of convenience, who will not trade truth for approval, who will not compromise their light to blend in with the shadows. You are part of that people. I did not create you to merely exist. I created you to blaze. The world grows darker, but my remnant shines brighter still. They are those who have been hidden in the wilderness, misunderstood, rejected, but purified. The fire they have endured has not destroyed them. It has refined them. And now I call them forth. You have felt out of place because you are not of this world. The restlessness in your spirit is divine. It is the sound of awakening purpose. I am shaking my church from slumber. I am tearing down the walls of complacency and calling forth voices that will carry truth without compromise. You are one of them. You may not feel qualified, but qualification has never been my requirement. Surrender is. I'm not looking for the powerful. I'm looking for the pure. Those who will bow before me in secret will stand with boldness in public. The awakening has begun, and my spirit is moving like wildfire across the nations, igniting hearts that have long grown cold. Do not despise your preparation. The hidden season was not wasted. It was the furnace that forged your faith. You are not behind. You are right on time. I am raising up a generation that walks in both humility and power, truth and tenderness, holiness and love. They will not be swayed by fame or fear, for they live for the audience of one. Rise now, beloved, for the trumpet of awakening is sounding. You are not forgotten. You are being summoned. The time of silence is over. Open your mouth and speak what I have placed within you. Shine, not with your own light, but with mine. For the remnant is rising, and you are among them. Listen carefully now, for the sound that is coming will not be mistaken. The trumpet of heaven is being lifted to the lips of eternity, and its note will pierce through every boundary between time and forever. You have heard rumors of revival, whispers of awakening, but what is approaching is not merely another stirring. It is the final summons, the call that divides darkness from light, the living from the dead in spirit. My voice will ride upon that trumpet's blast, and every soul will know that I am. The proud will tremble, but those who have walked with me will rise with joy. You have wondered when the signs would come, the earthquakes, the shaking of nations, the strange alignments in the heavens. But I tell you, these are the rumblings before the sound. I am aligning the earth for the crescendo of my return. This trumpet will not echo through the halls of politics or parade across the channels of news. It will sound in the deep places of the heart. My spirit is already blowing the first faint notes into the ears of those who listen. Can you feel it? That stirring you cannot explain, that inner knowing that time is almost over. That is the resonance of eternity preparing to sound. The trumpet will be heard not only by the physical ear but by the awakened spirit. My sheep know my voice. They will recognize the sound, for it will match the melody they've heard in their secret place with me. But those who have filled their lives with noise will miss it. The trumpet will come suddenly, and only those who have tuned their hearts in silence will rise when it calls. I am calling you to readiness, not panic. The trumpet's sound is not a threat but a wedding song. It is the signal that the bridegroom has come for his beloved. And you, my child, must live as one already awake. Keep your garments unspotted by the world. Keep your heart tender. Keep your eyes on me. For the sound draws near, faint now, but soon to be deafening in its glory. When the trumpet sounds, time will surrender to eternity, and faith will become sight. Do not fear that day, prepare for it. For the trumpet is not coming to take something from you, but to give you what I have promised, unending life in my presence. Let your spirit be attuned to the sound even now, and when the blast comes, you will not shrink in fear, but rise in joy to meet the sound that has always called your name. There is something I have whispered to you again and again, something you know I asked of you, and yet it remains undone. You have carried it in your heart like a quiet burden, pushing it aside with every passing season. But I see it, and I am speaking to it now, your unfinished obedience. I do not bring this to shame you, but to free you. For every act of obedience left incomplete becomes a doorway the enemy uses to plant regret. You have wondered why you feel restless, why peace seems to escape you no matter what you do. It is because unfinished obedience ties you to the place you refuse to move. You cannot walk in full purpose while still holding on to what I told you to release. You cannot experience the joy of the next chapter while still clinging to the hesitation of the last one. I have not forgotten what I asked of you. You remember it clearly, that conversation, that conviction, that moment when my spirit stirred you to speak, to forgive, to step forward. But fear spoke louder, or pride whispered softly, and you delayed. Yet here I am, bringing it before you again, because I love you too much to let you live half awake. Every command I give is wrapped in purpose. Every step I ask you to take leads to freedom. My will is not heavy, it is healing. You see only the cost of obedience, but I see the reward on the other side. There are blessings waiting for you that cannot be unlocked until you move. You think you've missed your chance, but no. As long as you breathe, the door of obedience stands open. I am not angry with you. I am inviting you to finish what we started. Forgive where you held back. Speak where you've been silent. Go where you've been afraid to go. There is still time to do the thing I placed in your spirit. Do not let the weight of unfinished obedience crush you. Let it call you back into motion. I will give you the strength to complete it, the grace to restore what was delayed, and the peace that comes only from surrender. The moment you act, chains will break, and clarity will return. My will is not a burden. It is a bridge back into my presence. Finish what I asked, and you will find that every step of obedience was a step toward freedom. You have been asking me, why this pain? Why this pressure? Why does it feel like everything is burning around me? And I say to you now, it is not destruction. It is refinement. The fire you feel is not meant to consume you, but to cleanse you. I am the refiner, and you are my precious gold. The heat you feel is my hand purifying what cannot stand in eternity. You prayed to be used, to shine, to walk in my power, and I am answering that prayer, not by giving you comfort, but by giving you character. The fire removes the false strength you built from self-reliance, so that only what is real remains. You are not being punished, you are being prepared. I know it hurts. I see the tears you have tried to hide, the nights you've wondered if I've abandoned you. But listen, I am closer in the fire than I ever was in your comfort. The flame that surrounds you also surrounds me. I am with you in the furnace, just as I was with the three in Babylon. Not a hair on your head will be lost without my permission. I am burning away what cannot last, fear, pride, bitterness, unbelief, so that when you emerge, you will shine with a glory that reflects my own. You cannot be purified by what feels easy. The fire must touch what is impure. Yet every spark is controlled, every heat measured, every moment purposeful. Do not run from the fire, yield to it. Let it do its holy work. I am not trying to destroy you. I am revealing you. The same fire that consumes the dross reveals the treasure hidden beneath. I know it feels like too much, but I have already determined your limit. The fire will not overtake you. It will liberate you. When you emerge, others will see the light of my glory upon your face. They will not see the scars, only the shine. Trust the process, my beloved. The refining is temporary, but the radiance it produces is eternal. You are not being broken, you are being made new. The moment has come when choice can no longer hide behind delay. The light and the darkness now stand face to face, and I am calling you to choose whom you will serve. The days of divided hearts are ending, and the line is being drawn in the spirit. You can feel it, can't you? That quiet yet unrelenting pressure in your soul that says, decide now. It is not the voice of fear, it is the voice of mercy calling one last time. I am not warning you to terrify you, but to awaken you before the window closes. The world offers you countless paths, but only one leads to life. The others may sparkle, but they end in shadow. You have followed many voices, some loud, some subtle, yet only mine will lead you home. You know my voice. You have heard it in your still moments, when the noise fades and your heart knows truth from imitation. This is your final warning, not because my love is ending, but because time is. The door of mercy stands open now, but the hinges are groaning. I have waited through your wondering, through your doubt, through your silence. I have whispered when you ran, shouted when you hid, and wept when you hardened your heart. Yet still I call. You must understand, love always warns before judgment comes. The storm you see rising in the nations, the trembling you feel within, they are not accidents. They are signs that the story is reaching its climax. And still, I am not willing that any should perish. That is why I am speaking so clearly now. I am pleading with you to step fully into the light. You cannot stand in two worlds anymore. You cannot sing my name while serving your own desires. The hour for half-hearted devotion has ended. I am searching the earth for those who will stand for me without shame, who will not trade holiness for acceptance or truth for comfort. You are one of those I have chosen, but you must choose me back. Lay down the idols you've polished with excuses. Turn from the distractions that dull your spirit. There is no more neutral ground. I am calling you to be fully mine, not tomorrow, but now. The trumpet of decision is sounding, and neutrality is no longer possible. Come into my safety before the final seal closes. This is not the end of my love, but the last call of my mercy. Hear it, and live. You have watched the clock tick down, and your heart has trembled, but now I tell you a mystery. When time runs out, hope does not. The end that terrifies the world is the beginning of all I have promised you. Every second that slips away only draws you closer to the fullness of my presence. You fear endings because you do not yet see through eternity's eyes. The world measures loss, but I measure fulfillment. When the last grain of sand falls through the hourglass, you will not fall with it, you will rise. The end of this age is not your destruction, it is your deliverance. I have prepared a place that no decay can touch, no sorrow can stain, no darkness can enter. This world hath been the shadow, what comes next is the substance. Even as the nations tremble when chaos rises, my hope remains unshaken. Do not measure your future by what you see, for my kingdom is not collapsing, it is coming. The countdown does not end in despair for those who belong to me. The noise of endings hides the melody of beginnings. I am bringing creation to its restoration, not its ruin. Every tear, every trial, every unanswered question will find its meaning in the light of my face. What you call endings, heaven calls awakenings. You are not running out of time, you are running into eternity. So lift your head, beloved. Do not stare at the clock as if it holds power over you. Time was made to serve my purpose, not to enslave my children. The hope within you is not fragile, it is forged from eternity itself. My promises do not expire. When all else fades, they stand untouched. You have been counting down the minutes, fearing what they mean. But I tell you, the final tick will not be your fall, but your flight. When you step beyond time, you will finally see how every delay, every sorrow, every unanswered prayer was leading you home. Hope is not behind you. It waits before you, radiant and alive. So do not fear the countdown. When the clock stops, my eternity begins, and I will be waiting, arms open, just beyond the last second. The clock strikes its final rhythm, 3 minutes left, and all of heaven watches in stillness. This is the hour when decisions are sealed, when hearts are weighed in the balance of truth. You can feel it, can't you? The air is heavy with eternity, as if the world itself holds its breath. My voice speaks softly now, because shouting would break the moment's holiness. These last 3 minutes are mercy, one final chance to return, to awaken, to surrender. I do not stand far off, but near, watching your eyes, longing for your heart to turn. I am not the distant judge you have feared, but the Father who still reaches through the closing door, whispering, "Come home," before the final second falls. These 3 minutes are not about panic, but purpose. What will you do with what remains? Will you let the weight of regret drown your courage, or will you rise and step into my arms? You still have time, not to rebuild everything you've lost, but to choose what matters most. The thief on the cross had only moments, yet he chose rightly and found paradise. Do you see? It is not the length of time that matters, but what you do within it. 1 minute surrendered to me is worth more than a lifetime spent chasing shadows. I know your heart is trembling, but hear me. I have not come to condemn you. I have come to claim you. The world has grown weary, but my mercy is tireless. I am still calling your name, still reaching into the fragments of your fear, still offering life. In these last 3 minutes, I am giving you space to breathe, to believe, to return. Every beat of your heart is an invitation. The sands of time fall fast, but grace still flows faster. Do not waste this final mercy. Step toward me now. Let the past fall away. Let the shame dissolve. I am not counting your failures, I am counting the seconds that remain for you to come home. The final minute approaches, but if you reach for me, time itself will bow to eternity, and you will never run out of forever again. Amen.